So I'm not making this up. Dude didn't even get to finish his drink.
Dang! He didn't even get to finish his drink. They must repo maybe when he was at work. I don't know.
So my max, I got confused with the credit debt and the credit limit. So my parents...
How can you be confused with credit card debt and credit card limit? How? Make it sense. Just make it sense.
Yeah. I lived on my credit cards. And so my mom, she helped me.
Damn, that's one a huge red flag. Living on credit card, that one is a huge red flag. Welcome to the channel, guys. I've seen many videos of Gen Z and Millennials complaining about the economy. Some come across as incompetent or childish about money, which isn't cute. I'm not insulting about their intelligence. They do that to themselves. I just enjoy making video for you guys and poking fun at them. Here's the video of a guy who got his 2024 BMW car repossessed.
Y'all need to stop buying cars that you can't afford. I mean, look at some of these repos that I found at auction today.
Let's see.
Repo with temp tags. This thing is a 2024. Look, 2024. BMW
Wow,
financial.
2024.
So I'm not making this up. Dude didn't even get to finish his drink.
Dang! He didn't even get to finish his drink. They must repo maybe when he was at work. I don't know. He didn't even get to finish his drink, or maybe he was asleep. I don't know. Damn, that's crazy. And that's a brand new car, 2024 model. Dang. Just think about it. It's 2024, and that's a 2024 brand new model car. Dang.
Take his Walmart bag. Look at this thing. How many miles are on it?
Damn, that baby looks so clean. That thing looks so clean.
It's got 218 miles.
218 miles? Damn, that's...
What the hell is
I
going
drove
on?
that for...
Another repo with a temp tag. So
200,000. Damn, that's not even for like... He had it for like 2-3 months.
It is for electric. Look at that. It looks like it might have been a voluntary because they gave him the 2 keys. Some people do, you know, realize they can't afford the car, so they take it to the dealer and tell him, hey, here's the car. I can't do this anymore. And look at this. It is for electric, so y'all probably can't hear anything. But look at the panoramic sunroof.
Wow,
sick.
That thing is so sick. Damn. You realize you realize at last, like, you can't afford that thing. Even if they say you can't judge, if you can't buy it twice, you cannot afford it. And if someone is buying a 2024 model and living paycheck to paycheck, that is surely someone making bad decision. Also, why are these dealerships letting all these unqualified people to drive off the load in a car to meet their bonuses and then repo off the car after they meet their quota? These are all the reason why Gen Z will stay broke forever, ruining your credit card score, credit card history, and you can't even have a credit card no more. It's crazy.
Why'd you get such an expensive car?
It was brand new.
Yeah. I know that. Yeah. You couldn't do that with a used car?
I don't know. I don't think I would have been able to roll it over onto an used car.
How much was your credit card debt when you decided to do this?
Probably at like 10 to 15,000.
That's crazy.
How much did you put down?
I put 5,000 down, but it was on my credit card.
I have nothing to say. So let me get this straight. He has $15,000 in credit card debt, and then he went on and put $5,000 down on a credit card, same credit card. This is buying something you can't afford. I think people need to go back to start working on their car again, buying a used car and make it work, drive like new. I think this is cheaper than buying a brand new car. I know, but I know this is far from reality. I know people, they're not going to do that. That's why they're getting in debt, because they can't work on a car.
I regret getting a car note.
Yeah.
And it's not even because I might not have the money to pay my payment or something like that. I really just
regret. I've heard people saying that they would rather have a car note than buying a cash car, which is going to break down like in 1 or 2 years. But I don't think that's the case. I've heard people saying a lot of great things about used car, and which is in my case. I bought my car like in 2022, and I still have it. It's been 2 years, almost going into 3 years, and I haven't had any like major maintenance. It's just this light maintenance, and which I've been doing myself.
Regret getting one because it's just very inconvenient and it be in the way. Like, it's just really an unnecessary bill, and it really showed me that.
Yeah. At some point, it just becomes so unnecessary and start getting in your way. I think that's true.
When you get a car note, it's because you want something nice and you can't afford it, and leasing and credit and stuff like that, it makes a way so you can get things that you want that you can't afford. But it's like like them payments be in a way. It most definitely be in a way, and especially at my age, because there's so much I want to do. If I ain't gonna lie, if I could today, I would let come pick that car up and I would go save my money and go buy me another car. Because it just be in a way for real. And this is really for the people that's thinking about getting one. It's not for people.
You know what people don't consider when they're getting the car note? They look past what they tell them they'll pay every month on the car note. Then what about insurance? Some people have extreme high note, like 600 and plus, and on top of that, insurance. Paying so much become more of a burden, which car isn't supposed to be that. That's why I believe getting a cash car and getting a saving account, that money was supposed to go to a car note, put in a saving account, and if something were to happen in the future, you take that money and buy another car. But if something were the other way around, if something were to happen, the car is going to be getting repositioned.
See that influencer with her collection of designer bags, her fancy car, luxury makeup? I'm impressed. Well, she is not in her rich girl era, and those bags, they're probably fake, because this girl...
We've known this. I've known this for a long time with these Instagram influencer using, fake stuff, especially clothes, Yeah. I've been knowing this for a long time.
Girl is bankrupt. This, my friends, is Australian influencer Christy Swaddling. She has over 121,000 followers
That's
on
a lot
her
of
Instagram,
followers,
where
yeah.
she flaunts her luxurious lifestyle, her designer bags, expensive cars.
Come with us to get our new car.
Christy is literally broke. According to this article, internet sleuths tracked down Christy's public register record, which states that she declared bankruptcy in December 2022. What's even more awkward is that despite being literally in debt to the point that you've actually gone bankrupt, Christy is using her platform and influence to encourage her followers to spend more money and to shop smarter.
What the hell? How in the hell?
Addiction has just gotten 50 times worse. I now make money back when I shop online. Babe, it's basically an investment duh. No, but in all honesty, babes, I'm a smart shopper. I'm happy shopping, guys.
Except you're not a smart shopper, are you? If you were, you wouldn't have gone bankrupt.
Gen Z, we are the most irresponsible out of them all when it comes to financial management. And we have broke influencers try to act like they are rolling in money. And on the other hand, we have celebrity who try to act poor to seem relatable. It is crazy. I get laughed at when people find out that I use an iPhone 7. Where's my phone? Here. People laugh at me because they find out that I use an iPhone 7. Can you imagine how crazy is that? Or when they found out that I drive an old 2007 Honda Civic, I always look at them and confirm my confirmation. I believe people end up where they are because of their own poor decision.
You can't afford to buy any designer clothes. You cannot afford to go to anything but great clubs. You cannot afford to go out to eat at all, right?
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
How many hours a day are you working?
5.
How much of that 5 hours does she actually work to? Even if they say it's not about how long you work, it's the value of that work and the income you are bringing in. But if you are struggling to keep up the bills, it is pointless. This is where you have to put in more hours.
They say that capitalism and consumerism are ruining our brains. And that's all happened because, like everyone else, I was watching Christmas hauls and I saw so many Stanley Cups and Ugg boots and Drunk Elephant products, and I wondered, how did it become those things? And then I stumbled upon this term conspicuous consumption, which used to be just for the upper class, but I think we as the middle class kind of took it and adjusted it. And they found that the people that were spending the most money
and ran away with
the Joneses were people who were uncertain in themselves. I also found that people that have low tolerance reasons for uncertainty in general are the ones participating more in conspicuous consumption. And it's one thing when it's the upper class who has a lot of disposable income doing this, but now it's also the middle class falling victim to this, with 40% of people spending on these status symbols just
spending and they don't have enough income. Yeah. When it used to be upper classes, they had more valuable income in their hand, and they could justify what they are spending on those things
to impress others. The things that were most overspent on were clothes, shoes, and accessories, and more than a quarter of people are currently in debt because of this overspending habit.
Yeah.
When I tried to find any kind of book or podcast or anything that talked about how to get away from this, there really wasn't anything. This book is aimed at people that work in marketing, but I think it gives a really great insight into what our brains are doing when we're buying things. And then I kind of realized it all comes back to this. If you are not certain in yourself, you're going to keep spending on things to impress people, and there's no hack or shortcut to get rid of that. This doesn't mean you need to go and throw out your Stanleys. It just...
Guys, we just can't blame everything on capitalism sometimes. Equating, consumerism with capitalism. It's like the dumbest thing I've heard all year. It is just our own bad decision and trying to keep up with the social media. There is a reason boomer or the older generation keep their money. I also think people are over-consuming because it's kind of like a lack of hobbies. When you are on social media 24/7, how were you able to have a life outside social media?
You can't afford to go out.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. Income that came in was $1,600. Rent is $12.
Girl math.
That's your...
How can she afford to go out when her rent is like $1,200 and her income, I think, was $1,600? This is what they say: live within your means.
This is not a joke.
I'm not treating it as a joke. I mean,
girl math. Math says it's about 80% of your income.
Yeah.
And you bought $1 of Apple stock?
I've heard a lot of people been saying it, like girls math. I've heard a lot that saying for the past month. What the hell with it?
Yeah, I tried. I genuinely didn't know what it was, but I've heard people like opening stocks and like getting more money and being successful with it. So I was like, let's try it.
Man, I just can't stop laughing. This is so funny.
I use a lot of girl math. I use a lot of like...
First of all, that was a meme from like 2 months ago. Yeah. The internet moves quick.
Yeah.
And second of all, math is the real math when we're actually talking about your life and improving your situation.
But if real math doesn't work...
Math always work. Just do budgeting. Isn't that math? I'll call this TikTok brain. Girls' math is for coffee and little snack, not for your livelihood.
You ready for this?
Crazy.
Gang, say what you just said. Just repeat what you just said there.
I'm paying with cash, so it's free.
It's not free.
Just because you're paying in cash. Try not to freak out.
No, it's free because like nobody's coming out of my bank account. Right?
No, that is incorrect. Actually, wrong place.
If it is not coming in your card,
no, it's right.
It's not money that is taken. Even if you are using cash, it's not free. Let me laugh at these. I'm guessing since the digital number in your bank account doesn't change, it doesn't affect them emotionally. Therefore, it's free. Wait until you start asking yourself, man, I should have just kept that money. I should have just leave it in the bank account. Man, I just don't understand these girls, man. I do understand, from their point of what they're saying, but this, is not logical. It's not making logical sense.
With my credit card, I max that out to $4,000.
What do you mean you max it out? Max it out or maxed it out?
So my max, I got confused with the credit debt and the credit limit. So my parents...
How can you be confused with credit card debt and credit card limit? Credit card debt is what you owe, and credit card limit is how much you're allowed to spend. How? Make it sense. Just make it sense. It's just there straightforward. Debt, limit. Even a 5-year-old kid would understand. Someone from 5th, 4th grade, they would understand debt and limit. Oh my goodness gracious.
Parents got me a credit card, and I ended up getting a max credit limit of $8,000.
That's a
so
lot.
I could spend up to $8,000.
They should have never allowed.
Right? So I would use it, and I would take my boyfriend. We would just started dating. We would go out
12,500
on it now.
Yeah.
Well, when I looked at it last, yeah.
Continue.
Damn, this is so hard to watch. Damn, let me continue the video.
Me and my boyfriend, me and my friends, we would go out, and I'm like, oh, I'll pay for everybody. I got it. I'll spend the money. Don't worry about it. It's just a credit card. So I would pay, and then I called my mom one day.
Dang.
And I wanted her to be proud of me, so it's just like, hey,
how can she be
I've
proud?
got $4,000 credit on my credit card, and she's like, credit limit or credit debt? I was like, what's debt? And she's like, oh, that's bad. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. So it's $4,000 debt then? She's like, that's bad. Why did you do that? I'm like, I thought that was good. And she's like, no, your credit limit at the time it was $8,000. So I was like, okay, well, the credit limit's $8,000. That's good, right? And she's like, yes, but you were $4,000 in debt. So I started paying it off maybe like for a month. And then my mom and dad, they were like,
when was this?
Last year.
Okay, and then what?
And then they were like, screw it. You're not going to pay this off in time. Give it to me. So my parents took it.
I'm shocked and scared of the future generation. Also, why would her parent get her a credit card without explaining how to use it? Oh, wait. She's 19 and she's allowed to vote. You just can't make this shit up.
Bro, please stay out of debt as much as you can, dude, because
Yeah.
I am drowning. I keep getting myself in these situations to the point I can't get myself out of it. I can, but I have to work 2 or 3 times harder just to get myself back afloat. So
you already said to yourself you can. Then why not? You know, work 4 or 5 times harder than than what you are right now.
Backstory, I was in school and I lived on my credit cards. And so my mom, she helped me.
Damn, that's one a huge red flag. Living on credit card, that one is a huge red flag. Dang.
By paying them off in like full. So I'm like, good, bam. So now, fast forward to now, bro, I have got myself in the same position, and I don't even know how. Like, I don't even know how I came about spending this money. I don't know where it's going. I'm looking at my credit cards like, what did I even spend this on? So now,
how? I guess there's some people who don't deserve to get a credit card. He's asking how he should write down a list of his recurring purchases from high to low and see what he can reduce or get rid of. You know, that would work kind of like in his favor.
Now, because I like to invest my money. I want to invest my money. I want to put my money somewhere else, but I don't even have the luxury to do that because I gotta work 2 or 3 times harder just to pay my credit cards off, then put my money to the side to invest.
He already said he can. Then why not? Why not? You know, I could have understand if he say, "Oh, I'm too," but you know, there's some excuse that you can really see through it. But he's saying he gonna need to be able to work 3-4 times, and he said he's able to do that. Then why not? Can he not do that?
So now I'm going backwards rather than continuing to going forward. So it's just so frustrating, bro. And I'm just sitting here like pulling my hair out, stressing over it, bro. I didn't even have to go through this. It just creeped up on me out of no.
Frustrating? Start living below your means. Don't spend more than what you make. Discipline yourself to only use when you have to. If I can't afford it, I do without it. I know people who look like they have everything, but they're on edge. These days, everybody trying to look rich on social media. And that's the crazy part. I've been going over people making, stupid mistake. But what is the solution to all of this? I believe there need to be, some type of program, going over, the credit card, and budgeting. Gen Z, we are often seen as like financially responsible, but many comes from trying to keep up with social media standard and overconsumption. But I believe if we prioritize saving, budgeting, and making wise decision in order to achieve stability, many of these influencers and celebrity give a false impression of wealth. So focus on practical financial habit instead. Make a wise decision that your future self will be proud of you.